If you are not really interested in seeing me apply a carbon fiber decal for about 15 minutes, then please just skip this video and I will see you on the next build video of the Rocket Bunny S13 build series. And if you are interested in this kind of thing, then this is the video for you. So first of all, we start with some masking tape, applying that to the area we want to apply the carbon fiber decals for in order to make a nice template that is exactly to shape. So I applied the tape in various different pieces alongside each other, overlapping them, and then cutting the piece of tape exactly to shape. With the piece of tape now exactly to the shape I wanted it to be, it is now the template for the carbon fiber decals. So I carefully take it off of the hood and place it on the decals and start cutting the decals out along that line from the tape. So the decal is now cut to shape. I removed the masking tape, put the decal into some water until the decal came loose from the backing paper, and applied some decal magic from Scale Motorsport to the area I want to apply the decal onto, and then carefully put the decal in place. The backing paper now has been removed and I can throw that away and gently place the decal into the exact position it needs to be. Now, since I made a template with the tape, I know exactly that the shape is supposed to be what it is supposed to be, and I can line it up with the edges of the hood inside of the panel line. Once I'm happy with the positioning of the decal, I take out a cotton swab and start gently rolling and removing all of the moisture from underneath, not applying a lot of pressure, just doing it very lightly, only getting the moisture out from underneath and not removing any of the decal or moving it or even pushing it into a certain shape, just to remove the moisture from underneath. Now this may take a while, as the solution is also setting the decal, softening it a bit, and also working with it, so you can see it start to take shape. So be very careful, not push it too much, just use it gently, and if the cotton swab drags the decal, maybe even make it a bit wetter than it is, and also you can just swap it out to the other side every once in a while just to have a new Q-tip. So now most of the moisture has been removed from underneath, and you can start shaping the decal a bit and mostly just removing all of the wrinkles. Being careful not to stretch the decal all that much, gently rolling it or moving the cotton swab over the decal. Again, not pushing too much, just letting the decal do its work and not forcing it into some place that it doesn't want to be. Now don't move the wrinkles inwards, just try moving them outwards to each corner or on the side, as when you move them inwards they will only get bigger and bunch up, and once you move them outwards to every corner, it's a lot easier to remove most of them. After gently removing most of those wrinkles for a while, you can try heating the decal up to form it even more and having that decal magic work its magic, so to say. With heating it up, it dries the moisture from underneath even more, and it also helps the decal set and work with the decal setting solution. Don't go too hot, especially don't use a heat gun as you're still working with plastic and very fragile decals, so a hairdryer is good enough. It is not super hot, it's still getting really hot and maybe even too hot to touch, so keep moving from side to side and don't stay in one position or one place too long, as you might overheat the decal, and that's not what you want. So after heating it up a bit, the decal forms even easier than it did before, as the decal solution is really working with it now. You can remove those final wrinkles and do the same thing all over again. There are still some bubbles, as there are a couple of hard edges and low spots underneath that decal, and you can really easily form that to shape as well. Again, taking very much care in not pushing too hard and just using the Q-tip or the cotton swab and the decal along with the decal solution and not working against it. Now on some places the cotton swab is not really aggressive enough, so you can use your fingers really gently, not applying too much pressure, to pull the decal into the place you want it to be, and even removing some of those wrinkles. Now since the cotton swab has been used a bit, I just feel that part of the cotton swab to see if it's still usable. If it's too moist or not even moist enough, I change it to the other side, try again and see if that works, and repeat the same old thing on the other side as well, removing even more of those wrinkles and shaping the decal. So once again, most of the wrinkles have gone from the flat spaces and have moved to all the edges. The cotton swab is not really working those out anymore, so gently push and pull the decal with your fingers into shape, removing another of those wrinkles. So the decal is taking shape very well here. There are still a couple of wrinkles and even more of those low spots on the other side with that deep edge from the top spot to the lower sides of the hood. So just use a bit more heat and do the same thing with that cotton swab all over again. So again, the decal is not really forming the way I want to with the cotton swab, and I can try doing it with my finger. Now sometimes your finger is a bit too sticky, so make it a bit wetter with some water or just some saliva from your mouth to make it slide over the decal a lot easier. And after about 15 minutes of shaping that decal, I am happy. All the wrinkles are out and it is completely to the shape that I want it to be and looking good. Now sometimes you have a bit of overlap. Don't worry too much about that. Just leave the decal to dry for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then take out a super sharp hobby knife, run it through the panel line and remove that remaining piece of decal on the side you don't want it to be. If it doesn't really come off that easily, just make it a bit wetter with some decal setting solution or some decal magic, and it comes off really easily if you just let it soak in for about 5 minutes. And maybe even then, if it doesn't come off, just gently apply a piece of masking tape on top of that piece and try ripping it off that way. So I hope this video helped you out on creating these decals to the shape you want them to be, and this can help you improve your builds. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.